Adam Beanstock. Come to talk about the Double Presto from the Partita #1 by J S Bach from this book. It's here, and as you can see, it is molto perpetuo. There's full of semiquavers all the way through. You get to part B as well. But I think what you've got to realise, you've got that using the metronome as a guide to what speed you can build it up to, and setting the metronome at a quaver pulse. As I've had trouble as I'm speeding it up, because it's like it's a lot of notes. But it's more than that. It's music. It has phrasing. It has cadences. Got to understand the harmony of it, where the cadences come, where the phrasing is, where you can actually breathe. And I think even though it's multi-pector, you've got to be able to breathe on the violin. As you think, if he played it on the flute, where would he breathe? So they go from the beginning, and I think, you know, I've been playing these sets. The metronome helps you keep it steady, because the tendency is to speed up when you get anxious about getting towards the end, or you've got a passage that you're not quite sure, you're not coordinating properly with the left hand and the bow, and it just sounds messy basically. So the best when you start this, start on the upbeat on the down bow, because otherwise you'll become upside down to start off with. And I think it's if you're accenting the first of the 4 semiquavers, it's best to do it on a down bow, because we're used to doing that. So start with down. So you see where the natural places where you actually need to breathe. Forget about Presto, because that is very quick. You know, if you can play at that speed, it's fine, but you still got to get the articulation and the phrasing in, because this is where giving the opportunity to breathe. So. I always get this last section is absolute. Is because the tonality of it, going from bar 20, what is it, 20, I can't even see it, I have to get my glasses, 25 I think it is. Ah! See, but those can be split up. So bring that that out. You know, it's a tricky bit there. And slow it up at the end there. I'll go into second position there. I mean, taking my own advice here, that's part A. I think we all get, when we're trying to play through it, get to the end. It's called get to the end itis. It's having that anxiety to get to the end. And then, of course, when you do that with Bach will crucify you. Because it gets more difficult as you get to the last few bars of a section. You know, especially when it comes to the section. But obviously, part B is very much longer than part A. And I think, you know, often when they play these as a recital, they only repeat part A and play the part B once through because of the sheer length of repeating it. It's about double your length, I think, more or less. So I mean, you got part A, which is only got 32 bars, and then you got it starts on 33 and goes to 78. So what is that? My maths is not that much good anyway, but well, it's more than 32, isn't it? So it's 40. Yeah, 45, 40, going on for 50 bars. So it's quite a lot more material there. But part B, with the section here, start with an up bow because there's just the way it's written. Yes, sorry. This string crossing. I'll just say about string crossing. Always do the string crossing slower, because the actual action of string crossing with the fingers in the same position, you have to slow it down because when you're playing consecutive notes, you're playing them faster with the bowing interaction, but the string crossing, it is a slower motion. So try to get that bit more cleaner. So you got the chance to make it cleaner. Just give it more on the down. It's difficult to get your hand position there because I'm using the open string. And then, of course, then that end part, you know, that's a cadence. You could even do that. Oh, well, that is my idea. I know I can't play it. I haven't got the technique to be able to play it accurately or properly. I mean, I'll get struck off from the, you know, for the hierarchy on these playing these partitas, and why they encourage people to play them. You know, perhaps I'll stick to my folk and you know, with all these things. Oh, you must learn these, but the thing is, they are doable as studies, I think, and you know, of doing them in sections and practicing and not having too much of an ambition to do a performance of them. That's my advice, because you can learn a lot from it musically and technically, and how to play it. You know how it's going to be sound right, the tonality, the chromaticism of it, the phrasing, the cadences, the harmony. I've tried playing it on the piano and tried harmonising it, and I can't, because I don't know where the harmony's going on this. It's very you know, it's implied harmony, and it's almost jazz progression. I if you can understand that would help a lot with playing Bach, understanding the implied harmony, because it gives you the tonality. I'm going to do more practice on that, and hopefully this video, you know, if anybody's interested, I know I'm a load of rubbish, whatever. You know, I'm a negative ghost rider, whatever they like to call me on Facebook. But you know, I love my music, and you know, and I challenge. And I like make comments. I like writing program notes. I like to give some sort of helpful criticism to other people as well that are trying to learn, because I know what they're going through. So it's what you can learn from it, and you just it's a learning curve, and you've got to think of it in that way, and not being put off, you know, dismissed, whatever, because that's what the way you are in the music world, I'm afraid. And but stick to people who you know and who know and love you, you know, in your groups. And I think social media is quite cruel, quite honestly, where it dismisses people, but obviously it brings out the people that know how to deal with it. Anyway, so I won't go anymore.